Hello, beautiful manifestors, and welcome to my new home, my new office. Now that I've finally moved, thank you for your patience. I missed 2 weeks running. Not okay. So thank you for your patience. So here we are. Today we're going to be talking about mindset. Right, so we're trying to get into the energy of abundance, of manifesting what we want. And so to do that, we need to really look at our mindset. So what's your thinking, right? Are you positive? Are you negative? Do you believe in surprises? Do you believe that good things happen? Or do you believe the opposite? Right, the law of attraction is all about you get what you are, not what you want. And if you are in an energy of disbelief and good things happen to other people, then that's what you're going to experience, that good things happen to other people and not to you. So if we want to align with manifesting our best life, we need to get into that mindset of it's my divine right to be happy, healthy, wealthy, have everything that I desire, that I am aligned with. And what we desire is different things for different people. Yeah. What one person wants, the other one doesn't. That's okay. But what are we doing about the thinking? Are we looking at our thinking? All right, we have many, many thoughts in a day, and we don't want to be policing our thoughts on a regular basis because that'll be exhausting. But we do want to kind of be mindful, have a little observe, clock our thinking. Are we saying, well, that's impossible, that's not for me? So that's what we're going to be talking about today a little bit. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Julie Poole. I'm a law of attraction teacher and author. You will find everything you need to know in the description box below, including the links to my books, From Hoping to Having, the 3 R's to create your greatest life, remember, reset, receive, and the sequel, From Hoping to Having, the formula to wealth and success. So we're going to be talking about this today. So what do I know about it? I turned my life from being in debt 5 years ago to manifesting my dream home, to manifesting happiness, better health, better weight, better sleep, better all sorts, because I figured out the missing pieces of the manifesting puzzle. Now, if you haven't watched that series, I'm going to link it up here at the end, all right? The missing pieces of the manifesting puzzle. There's also lots of playlists on here about different tips and tricks and tools for manifesting. So let's have a little look at your mindset for a minute then. All right, get yourself a cup of tea. I've got a cup of tea here. Tea, coffee, whatever it is that you want. Get yourself comfy. Let me have a mouthful. Okay, so we're going to look at this mindset. Right, so are you, I'm looking at my notes, open and expecting to surprises? Positive surprises, not negative surprises. It's incredible how automatic we tend to look on the doom and gloom side. That's actually psychology in the way that our brain is wired. That's not your fault. And it's nothing wrong in that. It's actually part of our survival mechanism, always looking for danger, always looking for be careful. It's survival, all right? But just be mindful of that, be aware of that. My brain is wired to see the danger, to see the negative, to see the problems. Okay, that is contravening the law of attraction, because if we're constantly looking for danger, then that's what we're attracting. Yeah, we don't want to do that. All right. So let's first of all look at my habits of thinking. If I habitually think that life is hard, life is a struggle, life is difficult, good things happen to other people, that'll never happen to me, that's impossible for me, on all of that kind of thinking, just be aware of it. Now, what I would suggest you do, this worked for me, write them all down. Every single one of those negative thoughts, write them all down, all right? And as you write them down, you just realize you're emptying your head onto paper, and it helps you observe and look at it. And you write them down, those kind of thoughts and beliefs, and you realize that this is not serving me. This is not in alignment with abundance. This is not in alignment with my best life. And then you simply choose to make a decision I choose not to think that anymore. I choose to be a half glass full. I choose to be positive. I choose to be in faith and belief. Right, and then we want to delete those beliefs. So let's say the belief is good things happen to other people. Right, let's just take that belief and say that's what I've experienced so far, because that belief has created that reality. So I'm choosing to delete that, and you can literally cross it out. I delete, right? You can use the word delete, cancel, cross it out, okay? Really hammer it. There are different ways you can remove negative beliefs. I listed a lot of them in my books. There's also some stuff on my website for sale if you want to look at that, unlock your block and stuff like that. But it's really about your determination to say, I choose not to believe that anymore. And then we're going to replace it with, if good things happen to other people, they can happen to me, because I'm attracting good things happening to me. All right, so we're going to get into that thinking. So start looking at that mindset. All right, so what else? Open and expecting to surprises. Okay, so are you open and expecting surprises? All right, it's amazing, just that, those two words, open and expecting. We tend not to be. We're not expecting surprises, and so the fact that we're not expecting them generally means we're not open to them. So surprises don't come. All right, so what we want to do is flip that. Now I'll give you an example. Last week I've got a problem with my car. Out of the blue, 2 weeks after I moved here, it decided that all the electrics were going to go. My lights went, my indicators went, and basically lots aren't working. It wasn't the bulbs, it's an electrical circuit problem. Took me another 2 weeks to get it in the garage. So all in all, it was about 3 weeks altogether when I finally got in the garage, or the car shop, whatever you call it in your country, and they said you need a new control unit, and it's a lot of money, and we can't get it for 6 weeks. Which means I haven't got a car for 6 weeks. And I was like, well, that was a surprise I was not expecting. Okay, so I paid for the part and I'm waiting. And in the meantime, what am I going to do? So I was having a little chat with the universe and saying, well, this was a bit of a surprise. I've never had a problem with my car. What is going on? What is this about? And I allowed myself to be open to surprises. Open, right? This was a surprise, right? What's this about? And a little thought popped in my head. Perhaps it's time for a new car. You've just moved nearly 200 miles. It's a new home. It's a fresh start. Maybe it's time for a new car. Okay, right. Well, I don't want to take on a big loan for a car when I've just taken on a big mortgage. So again, put it out and said, give me directions. And the thought popped in my head, put it through the business. And I thought, don't be daft. I work from home. How can I justify a car through the business? But I thought, I'm open to surprises. I'm open. Okay. So I sent an email to my accountant and I said, it's probably going to be a no, but I'll ask anyway. Any chance, Carlos, that I can get a car through the business? And surprise, surprise, the accountant came back and said yes. There were caveats. There were, don't do this, but you can do this. And in the UK at the moment, there are perks if you get an electric car. And so he said, you can certainly get an electric car and put it through the business, but if you get a petrol or diesel car, you'll get penalised so much it's not worth it. That was all a big surprise. So I looked into it, and that process is going on at the moment, and I'm staying open to surprises. I should get a decision in the next day or two whether I'm having that new car, and if I'm not, that's okay, but I'm open to surprises. Okay, right. I stay positive and I stay open to possibilities. Right now, this is one of the things we do, as I was doing. It's like I don't want to. I won't say I can't afford, but I don't want to. I choose not to take on a big monthly payment on top of the mortgage for a car. Right, that was the one possibility that sounds the most logical. All right. So open to other possibilities, other options, other doors. Like, what about putting it through the business? What about getting a lease car? What about other options? Okay, what about just buying a cheap run around for now for the 6 weeks and then sell it on? Open to other possibilities. What we tend to do when we have a problem is say, there's one door and that door's closed, so I'm stuffed. Right. Law of attraction. Open the mind, open the mindset, open the thinking. What about other options? Let's allow other options to come in. Let's not close them down. Let's allow ourselves to align with other options. All right? So, lots of options, right? There's things that you can do that's going to help you with this mindset shift. Because, as I said at the beginning there, it's absolutely normal for your brain to constantly be looking at the problems and the dangers. That is the way we're wired. But we can override it, and that takes a little bit of practice. It's about formulating new habits and new thinking. So, what I would suggest, and this is what I did, and it worked for me, I started reading wealth books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Millionaire Next Door, lots and lots and lots. I'm not going to give you a list of recommended reading, but whatever you feel drawn to. I started opening my mind to possibilities, and it helped. I also started watching videos on manifesting and law of attraction. I watched a lot of Jake Ducey, Aaron Doherty, Abraham Hicks, Tony Robinson. I just allowed I immersed myself in it. So every day, I kind of made it my homework. Every day I would spend at least 10 minutes. It's not a lot, is it? 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes watching some kind of positive mindset thinking video on YouTube. And every day it was just going in a little bit more and a little bit more, and my thinking became more and more open to possibilities and miracles. And you know what? Miracles and possibilities started to happen. So we've got videos, we've got books, now there's also music. Okay, there are lots, and music's very powerful, very, very powerful. So what are you listening to? If you just do a little Google search of money songs, all right, money music, there is a huge amount of them, all right, absolutely loads. And so listening to songs about being rich, being affluent, if you're wanting love, don't listen to the My Heart's Broken, I'll Never Love Again songs. That's not going to help you. Instead, something that is more positive, like I Will Survive, Gloria Gaynor. If you've just come out of a breakup, I remember coming out of a breakup in the 80s and listening to that song. I was like, yes, I will survive. Beyonce, and all sorts of positive, uplifting songs about what it is that you want to align with. You will find music on there. You'll also find the opposite that makes you want to, slash your wrists and give up on life. Find the positives. This helps reprogram that thinking. And the more you're stepping into a positive mindset, the more the positive moves towards you. All right? Anything else I want to tell you? Okay. Good stuff can happen at any time. At any time. Right, this is one of the other things that we have. We kind of say that, well, good stuff can happen to other people, which we've discussed. Or good stuff can happen, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years, maybe when I'm older, maybe when, putting it off into the future. Let's shift that to good stuff can happen at any time. Literally, life can turn around in 24 hours. There's lots of songs about that, about big shifts in 24 hours. So let's allow that thinking, all right? That my entire life can change overnight when I allow my mindset to change into being open to receive. Okay? So, my beautiful manifestors, that's what I have for you for this week. It's all about mindset. Start looking at books, videos, music. Start noticing where you are being negative. Don't beat yourself up. Be gentle with yourself, but turn it around, flip it. Okay? And start to align with good stuff can happen at any time, and it can happen to me, and I'm aligned with the good stuff coming my way. Okay? You have an amazing week, and I'll see you next time. You take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.